there will be an incredibly special golf day hosted by the JP21 Foundation. That's just around the corner. We'll talk about that in a minute. I just quickly want to let the viewers in on what the JP21 Foundation is. I might read a little bit here. It's founded in 2015 by you, Japes. It operates a bold yet heartfelt mission to ignite a passion for cricket and equip underprivileged youth with tools to lead healthy, hopeful lives. By partnering with local schools, particularly in Mitchells Plain and Strandfontein area, Japes, you grew up around that area. The foundation delivers far more than coaching and equipment. It creates safe, joyful spaces where children learn teamwork, resilience, and self-belief through games. With programs spanning dozens of schools, thousands of kids, and deep roots in Duminy's own community. Very, very special, Japes. We also have that golf day coming up. Just tell me a little bit about the JP21 Foundation and how it started for you.
I think the great question to reflect on is why the JP21 Foundation. And it started with the question from my father to myself is, what are you going to do with the credibility and opportunity that you've been given in cricket? How are you going to pay that forward to the next generation, and particularly where you come from? And that is a question that I've sat with for many years in my playing career. And eventually we got to this point in 2015 when we launched. And it was really about reviving the game of cricket in Mitchells Plain and Strandfontein. At that point in time, this is a community that's over 1 million people. At that point in time, you had 4 out of 54 schools actually just playing the game. Now, you think about fostering talent and giving opportunity, 4 out of 54 is never going to do that. So we saw an opportunity to revive it. So we launched, and immediately we had 22 schools in our program. So we facilitate the primary school program in Mitchells Plain and Strandfontein. So we got mini cricket, and then under 12 and under 14. Over 35 schools now to date in the 10-year period, operating with over 2,000 kids a week. And it's what really brings me joy is that I see now the fact that, the opportunities that I've been given in cricket, it's now being paid forward to these kids. That it's not necessarily just about finding the next cricketer or international cricketer or the like. It's really about changing mindsets. So what are some of the challenges in the community, and not only in this community, many communities over South Africa, we know this, right? Gangsterism, alcohol abuse, drug abuse. And what you see in front of you doesn't have to be your reality. And people see myself and many others that we've played with before and going forward as role models. So what are we going to do with that? How do we encourage them to not always just take the easy route? That in life there are going to be tough times, there's sacrifices that have to be made. You can make something of yourself that can be a success, but also more importantly, a success in your community. And we're using cricket as a vehicle to open the door, but to encourage them to think differently and to make different choices. And this is where the phrase comes in, what you see in front of you doesn't have to be a reality, because unfortunately, what they see in front of them is dismal for the most part. And we're trying to change the narrative of the choices that they make through the vehicle of cricket.
JP21 is not just fostering athletes, it's building brighter futures for everyone. Japes, that is incredible. Japes, tell me a little bit about the golf day. I think it's at Royal Cape, right?
Golf club in Cape Town. And as you mentioned, there's 17th of October. And what I love about the Ryder Cup format is that it brings out the competitive edge. I think in COVID, we actually did it in the numbers of how the Ryder Cup actually is played, which is 12 against 12. But obviously, with what is the goal here? The goal is to raise as much funds for the foundation as possible. So we got a full field, which is 34 balls. The other 2 members in our 4 will have us. And you're going to love this because they love their golf as well. Jacques Cullis and Mark Boucher are going to be playing with us.
Oh my word.
So it's going to be festive, but there's certainly going to be some chips, and there's certainly going to be some competitiveness within that 4 ball. But essentially it's about raising funds, right? And this is our flagship fundraising event that we have generally every year. And there's some great corporates that are involved, guys that support us, that have supported us for the last 10 years. And we have a whole lot of fun. So obviously the golf, and then we have a dinner in the evening where we'll have some auction items and trying to raise as many funds as possible. And what's also special about this golf day, we've actually collaborated with another organization called QuadCare. I mean, if you think about just a electronic wheelchair, you're looking anywhere between 40 and 50,000 rand a chair. So obviously with us raising funds for that, it serves a great purpose. And this is something that speaks straight into who I am in my heart, is to help others, and the foundation and the golf day is just another aid into that.
I think our purpose in life is to make this world a better place, no matter how, whether it's just as putting a smile on someone's face, in whatever capacity you can afford to. And that's the ultimate goal, I feel. Just quickly, JP21 Foundation celebrating 10 years this coming year, so it is a special event. 35 schools currently active, 2,000 kids active in your program weekly, and it is focused around the area that you grew up in. And I love, we spoke about Devil Brevis earlier, about him sort of going back to his roots, and that is exactly what you're doing. That is the easiest and best, most, I would say, impactful way, is to start with the people around you, the places that you know well. You don't have to fly to New Zealand or to New York to go and change the world. It can happen right around you if we just look around ourselves. And Japes, I'm very much looking forward to that. Congrats with the JP21 Foundation. I know you don't like to take credit, but I like to give it to you. Let people give you compliments. I think it's incredible what you've done, and it's sustainable, right? And I think there's a big future. It's not stopping here. There's many, many more years, even after we leave this beautiful place. Hopefully these kind of foundations will be so strong, it will still be running. Just so to everyone out there who wants to take part in the JP21 Foundation, wants to contribute, the information will be down below in the descriptions box. So please go and have a look at that and take part in the fun, contribute and help change lives. Japes, thank you very much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time.
Abra Benjamin, always a pleasure. Thank you, brother.